In professional bowling, there is no more iconic image and message than that, which marks the entrance to historic Riviera Lanes. The best of the best have crossed that threshold, rolling for the right to have their name next to legends. We welcome you to the Tournament of Champions. Welcome to bowling's most hallowed ground, Riviera Lanes in Fairlawn, Ohio, just outside of Akron, as we bring you the 2025 PBA Tournament of Champions. It is the fifth and final major of the season. Just 9 pros remain. The top 4 right there on your screen. They'll be in action tomorrow, rolling for bowling immortality, 3 Eastern, live on Fox. Tonight here on FS1, here are your 5 competitors. One of them will move on to tomorrow's show. So glad you're here with us at Riviera. Rob Stone, the Hall of Famer, Randy Peterson, back here with you. They're already chanting his name. Little louder, we can't hear you, Akron. Pick it on up. It reaffirms that this place is different, right? This is the Madison Square Garden. This is the Lambeau Field of professional bowling.
Yeah, you know, I still remember the words that were spoken to me by the late Bud Fisher when I won my first title. It was some years ago, Northern California, the AC Delco Classic, and on the approach, Bud came out and he put his hand out and he said, "Welcome to Akron." It's like getting called up to the majors.
Ah, what a great moment.
Yeah.
A moment you never forget in athletics. Your number 1 seed for this year's edition of the TOC, Jesper Svensson. He has won 1 major. It came back in 2016, and 9 years later, it feels like, as Jason Belmonte said this week, that we're seeing some vintage Jesper.
Yeah, the Iceman is back, and the youngest to ever win this event. He completely ran him over in match play to claim the number 1 seed. And he's oozing with confidence like we haven't seen in some time by Jesper. He said, guys, emphatically, I'm winning this thing.
E.J. Tackett's done a lot of winning this season, last season, and the season before.
Yeah, 4 wins already this season, 2 majors, and closing in on his 3rd consecutive Player of the Year honors. But more importantly, with a win here, he could become the first player ever in PBA history to capture the Triple Crown in a season.
Think about that. In a season, he is your 3 seed. So we will see E.J. Tackett tomorrow live on Fox. As for tonight's show, it's lefty heavy. 4 lefties on the lanes today. Maybe the best of the bunch, Jakob Butturff, who, when we talked to him earlier today, said this season is 100% better than last.
Yeah, it's nice to see Jakob bowling well again. He's the most experienced on today's telecast. 8 wins, 1 major. But keep an eye on our lone right-hander today, A.J. Johnson. If he breaks down this old pattern correctly, he could be very tough to beat today.
Yeah, you know who he has to deal with? Himself.
Yeah,
himself
exactly.
Only. We're going to start, though, with our 9 versus 8 matchup. Packy Hanrahan taking on Matt Sanders, and the Queen, Kimberly Pressler, standing by with both of them.
Thanks, Rob. So, Matt, they just talked about how the left side is going to be heavy tonight, and usually it's the opposite, but as a lefty, how does that change your strategy on this championship pair?
Obviously, I'm going to take it 1 shot at a time. I mean, had to get through the first game to go through the rest of the night. So just focus on myself and kind of pay attention to them as well. See what everyone's ball is doing throughout the game, and just focus on myself, though. That's the main thing.
Good luck to you tonight. Now, Packy, a lot of the bowlers tend to shy away from noise in the crowd, but you do not do that. In fact, you encourage the cheers and the chants. Why is that?
Yeah, I just think it makes it easier for me to bowl. It makes the sport a little bit more exciting. So the louder we can get in here, I think the better for me and the better for the sport.
All right, good luck to you tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, by the way, preach, Packy. I'm with you, man. Yell and scream and have fun all you want. Here's your play-in round stepladder bracket here at the PBA Tournament of Champions, presented by 1800. Tequila. Sanders, Hanrahan starts us off. The winner takes on A.J. Johnson. Butters sitting in that 6 hole, and then Keven Williams, your 5 seed. And Packy, trying to get the crowd on his side right out of the gate. There's those that treat bowling like golf,
Yeah.
and then there's those like Packy Hanrahan in our world.
Well, there's the purists, and there's today's generation.
Yep.
I actually like his strategy, and yeah, I think it's a lot tougher when it's dead silent.
I agree. Sanders. So left the 5-pin.
And to just kind of back that theory up, I mean, you go all week long with cheers and other bowlers throwing balls down the lanes at the same time you are, so there's always a constant noise, right?
Yeah.
And then you get to TV day and there's nothing.
It's a big change, big swing. You saw the crowd with the hand up for a reason.
Well, if you miss the 5-pin and your hand's up, you got to buy. Call the bartender over.
Sanders does not have to pick up the tab.
Nope. So we take a look at his arsenal, going with Black Pearl Hammer. I think both players using the same piece of equipment.
Again, remember, 4 of our 5 bowlers here tonight are lefty. That side of the lane is going to get banged up. Oh, left to 7.
6 out of our 9 finalists today and tomorrow, left-handed. Last week they were shut out, the players. This week they got even. Call this the soft 7. As the 4-pin goes to the sidewall and lays kind of DOA in that left gutter.
Back-to-back single pin spares for your 8 seed Matt Sanders. He takes a seat. Hanrahan pops back up, and the crowd comes back to life.
Black Pearl Hammer Urethane for the Pac-Man, Packy Hanrahan.
Maybe a little bit fortunate there. Left the 2-pin.
That lane's way tighter.
I think he's referring to the left lane being way tighter because I think he likes this shot. And then you notice he looked over at the strike track monitor to look at the numbers. He's like, wow, that looked pretty good. I thought that was pretty good out of my hand, and it goes high.
Strike spare for Packy. If any of the pros on today's show bowl a perfect game, everyone in America can receive a free game of bowling. That's courtesy of Go Bowling. To pre-register, visit gobowling.com and sign up for the Go Bowling Free America promotion. Second strike for Packy.
He's got the left lane. He'll make an adjustment on that right lane next time up. He'll chase it in a little bit more as we take a look at the two-handed style of Packy Hanrahan. Big guy, big tall guy. He's got to get down low to the floor. And then, of course, that style, that two-handed style, no thumb, creates a lot of power and revolutions.
And then it gets quiet again. Matt Sanders is up. I mean, these are wild swings of energy in this building right now. Your 8 seed from Evansville, Indiana. Still looking for his first strike.
All right. Right lane definitely hooking earlier. And the last couple of shots we've seen on that lane going high.
Spare, spare, spare for Sanders as we take a look at today's oil pattern. Powered by Kegel, it is the Don Johnson 40-footer.
Named after a Hall of Famer, one of the greatest ever, my old coach, Don Johnson. As we take a look, the right, the blue line, that's A.J. Johnson, where he's going to play. The left-handers are going to start where that red line is with urethane, and as they stretch the pattern down the lane, they'll move in and throw to that spot.
Sanders, one of 4 lefties on today's show, now on the left lane. Man, oh man. Leaves the 7 again.
We'll get there.
We'll get there eventually, but you might want to pick up the pace.
Well, he's only down 4, but that's back-to-back 7s, 1 flat, 1 ringing 7 for Matt. Love his game, just a beautiful stylist. Kind of an old school type of form. It's really beautiful to watch.
Old school in a lot of ways. Old school the way he wants the crowd. Keep it nice and calm.
Yeah.
At this historic venue. Takes care of that. So 4 frames, 4 spares. Sanders takes a seat. Only down 4, but that is about to grow.
Yeah, let's see the move that Packy makes now on this right lane.
He's won 2 tour titles. This is 7th year on the Pro Tour. Oh, get down. All right. Fortunate.
That's wild that it flipped like that.
6'10", mom and pops in attendance. Abby and Packy from the mean streets of Greenwich, Connecticut.
You know a thing or two about the state of Connecticut, don't you?
Man, it is a rough state. Maybe in Bridgeport, but the rest of the place, you're all right. Good job, Packy. Cleans that well. Love to see his parents in attendance as well. You know, his mom, Abby, his dad, Packy, just both obviously major parts in his life, but real, they did great parenting in the tail end of his collegiate career at Wichita State, and got on the phone with him and said, hey, what do you want to do when you grow up? Right? Yeah. What do you want to do when you grow up and get out of college? He said, I want to be a pro bowler, but I can't even be the best on my team.
Right.
And they said, you know what? Let's chase that dream. We'll support you for however long it takes for you to know I can or can't do it. And guess what? Packy Hanrahan can do it on the tour. Consistent growth, maturity, comfort. He is really growing into a strong, competitive, consistent player out here.
And it's starting to shape up like the player that figures out the right lane the fastest is going to win this match. Both players have hit the pocket every shot on the left lane.
All 3 of Packy's strikes on that left lane. Now Sanders. He's got a little Parker Bone.
Doesn't he? Kind of reminds you of Parker a bit.
The finish and that last little step in there.
4-step approach. He's got that hand well to the inside part of the bowling ball. Look at that pinky tuck on the way down. But just the beautiful finish, that knee bend. The left leg kicking out to the right for balance. It's beautiful.
Finally a strike for him. Finally a strike on the right lane. Despite his struggles, only down 4. Sanders to start us off in the 6th on the left lane. Here we go.
Well, that's how you get the 7 out.
The winner to take on 7th seed A.J. Johnson. Packy Hanrahan, though, off to a strong start here at the PBA TOC. Day 1 of 2 straight days of coverage here on Fox Sports. The PBA on FS1 is sponsored by 1800 Tequila, the #1 super premium tequila in the U.S. Please enjoy responsibly. And by Go Bowling. For friends and family fun, log on to gobowling.com to find a center near you. We welcome you back to FS1's live presentation of the 60th edition of the PBA Tournament of Champions, live from Riviera Lanes here in Fairlawn, Ohio. Match number 1, Hanrahan taking on Sanders.
Yeah, let's go down to the floor and talk with PBA champion and tour rep Dino Castillo. Dino, what do you see as the biggest difference between right and left lane?
Well, after watching them bowl quite a bit, the right lane is hooked a little bit more in the front. So we moved into parallel to the right and to get it to where they can get off that early hooks and get off that early hook spot. So we both told them that that right lane hooks that much more. So we got a little.
Thanks, Tito. Hanrahan with a strike there to close out the 6th.
And to regain the lead.
And it's back to a 4-pin advantage. So both competitors with back-to-back strikes. As we enter the 7th, the winner to take on your 7 seed, A.J. Johnson. Wouldn't you rather bowl in this atmosphere?
I think so.
I know I would.
It started in Portland, Maine, Bayside Bowl, and the players love it.
Oh!
That break.
Good shot.
Was. Ball just absolutely wrecks the rack and throws 3 pins at the 10. Hard to believe not 1 pin hit the 10 pin.
2 tour titles for Packy, both coming in 2023. Here he is attacking the 10 pin. You see his numbers through the week. Gets that one, so he remains clean. He takes a seat. Sanders up, down 3. And Sanders looking for his 3rd straight strike.
Packy 51st on the point list this season. Matt Sanders 44th.
2nd straight season, Sanders at 44th on the points list. Well, he's figuring things out. He said it's his best season so far, whether it's average or match play appearances, and certainly his confidence is as good as it's been in his 11 years as a pro on the tour.
Matt Sanders playing this pair an arrow left of where Packy's playing him. It's going much straighter, much more direct to the front part of the lane.
You know, I found interesting our conversation with Matt today. He took the summer off.
Yeah,
leading into the campaign.
whole summer.
The whole summer. Like it, and I kind of give him a tip of the hat too. Like, hey man, enjoy your summer. There's only so many of yours in your life. But as a bowler, you don't really have the time to leave the 7 to do that. But for him, it allowed him to kind of hit that reset button, you know, and it allowed him to start this season strong. And his professional career, as he mentioned, started strong, then dipped, and then was kind of fighting himself to get that confidence, fighting himself in that physical versus mental battle. And he seems to have kind of found a happy place.
It's kind of a reboot for him, right?
Yeah, that was the word he used, a reset, a reboot.
3 stubborn 7s for him on that left lane, Rob. Otherwise, we've got a whole different ball game. Right now, Packy just trailing by 6.
Time to turn up the volume. Hanrahan grew up in Greenwich, Connecticut. Now lives in Wichita. He's getting married this year.
He is.
Early September. He's off the market, ladies. There we go.
Shot.
Beauty here on the right lane by Packy.
I love that little hop step he takes just before he plants.
The pivot step right before the slide.
It's like the crowd needs to remember they're allowed to yell and cheer every once in a while. Like, oh, he's up again.
Oh, wait.
The guy in the colored shirt. I can scream and yell and have fun and smile and laugh.
What is up with the left lane and the 7 pins?
We still got 2 more lefties to roll today.
Yeah.
It's going to be an ongoing issue, I would guess. Ooh. So Packy going for his 3rd 9 spare. Didn't like it. Didn't like it. Got it. Skinny jeans.
All right, you see the max score right there.
Oh, he knows he got away with the one there. Ooh, that was close.
Those last 2 on the left lane for Packy, he could have had a 5-bagger easy.
Mm-hmm. Sanders now with the lead, up 6. Whatever it was, he didn't like it. And you can hear everything right now,
Yeah.
including your own head. Oh, what a nice shot.
Yeah, from one extreme to the other, we hear Packy in the crowd having a blast, and then Matt gets up and you can hear a mouse wrestling with a cotton ball.
That's good. The cotton ball made it. Like, the mouse alone was good, but adding the cotton ball to it, next level, man. Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
Sanders can move on here. Striking 8.
Can he get the 7 out?
He can.
Yes, sir.
Now, Sanders really figured things out. Remember, spares in his first 4 frames. Since then, just 1 spare.
Hasn't missed pockets since the 3rd.
8 to move on. And Sanders advances. That's some good little bowling there from Matt Sanders. Had some issues, had to figure things out. He did. Never lost his composure.
Made all his spares,
I get a timeout.
and now he's just got to figure out how to get the corners out.
Okay.
Like he's going to use a timeout there. New ball handed over to him. Again, he's already moved on, so doing a little reconnaissance right now. Up next, A.J. Johnson, your 7 seed, your lone righty. Don't worry.
Nope.
Don't
doesn't
worry,
matter.
folks. Mom back in Lakewood Ranch. It's all right, Mom. He meant to do that.
Yep. Pulled out a reactive ball to take a look, and he'll make his decision with his upcoming match against the lone righty, A.J. Johnson.
Packy closing out here. Not what he wanted. I really like his future. It's amazing. 7 years on the tour. It doesn't seem that long for him.
Pretty popular online as well.
Yeah, big YouTube channel. The House Bowling, you can catch it. There's A.J. Johnson, who's up next, your lone righty.
Did you see who that was in the background? One of our newest Hall of Fame inductees, George Brandon
George?
III. Yeah.
We're going to talk Hall of Fame in our next segment, too, by the way. Oh, Packy, yeah, in with the strike, kid. 223, 208.
Good ball, Matt. Yeah, good ball. Keep it going.
So Hanrahan is done. Sanders moves on and enter into the fray, your 7 seed, A.J. Johnson. The phrase that Randy has been repeating for A.J. next. Last night here in Akron, PBA Hall of Fame inductions. What a class. Speaking of class, there's our good friend, Dave Schroeder. Meritorious service, 27 years, instrumental in the PBA's television productions. your old roomie, George Branham III, under the Pioneer, and then your 2 performance inductees, Sean Rash, 17 tour titles, 2 majors. Billy Bill O'Neill, 14 career tour titles.
Billy
3
killed
majors.
Billy killed it last night.
I heard great
my
things. I heard you
goodness.
did a pretty good job introducing George as well.
Yeah, but Billy was he was in fuego last night. Hey, Georgie! What a great man.
By the way, he won another award last night. Last man standing at the after hours activities.
That's right, you witnessed that.
I did witness it. I came looking for Schroeder and Rash and O'Neill. You know who I found? George. I found George and his crew. There's the commissioner, Tom Clark, hanging out. By the way, the commissioner's blazer on point today.
Love it.
Looking really good. Looking really good. Nice crowd as always. An enthusiastic crowd as it has been all week long, as we typically see here at AMF Riviera Lanes as we get set for our second matchup. There is A.J. Johnson, your 7 seed, and he is with our Kimberly Pressler. Kimberly?
AJ, so you just took some practice shots. You are the only righty on this show, and you said that's the first time that's ever happened for you. So how do you break down to the lanes to your advantage tonight?
Yeah, what's pretty cool is it's not the first time it's happened for our team. So we got a pretty good idea with Brett, and we're able to drag him the right way and throw some shots to try to break him down and set him up in the way that I like to see kind of later on in qualifying when I started scoring really well. So we're just going to make 10 great shots and hope that I did it the right way.
Is it an advantage for you to be the only righty?
Yeah, not as many lines going down the lane. I got a lot off in practice, so I was able to kind of help the transition a little bit more. But yeah, not as many lines, so I'm all by myself, and we got a great opportunity here.
Good luck to you tonight.
Thank you.
So A.J. Johnson will take on your 8 seed Matt Sanders, who survived Packy Hanrahan 223-208. Slow start for Matt and then really finished strong to get that 223. And Sanders will be up first. The winner to take on Jakob Butturff.
Missed the pocket just once in match number 1 against Packy Hanrahan. Staying with the urethane, Rob. He's staying with the thane.
Yeah, it took him to the 5th frame last game to get his first strike, and he gets it in the opener right now, takes a quick seat.
There's that urethane ball. A lot of surface on it to get it to pick up early. You don't see a lot of down lane motion because urethane balls just don't cover quite the territory in the back part of the lane as reactive resin.
A.J. Johnson now in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Been there about close to a year now. Bam! Messenger! Ho, ho, ho! Letting his intentions be known on that opening shot. And the clean wipe presented by Dude Wipes. Was that the head pin wiping out the 10?
I believe so. Let's take a look. Head pin, sidewall.
For sure.
Hey, 10 pin. How about a nice clean wipe?
Catch.
Ooh. It did not.
No, a little late.
Walked away from it. You can be aggressive on this lane.
Playing pretty far out. At least that shot was, and I think it's probably farther right than he wanted. Either that or it was too fast.
Well, things are going to get there in a hurry with A.J. Johnson. We know that. Boom!
Try.
First open frame we've seen tonight here at the TOC. Again, the final 5 tomorrow on Fox. Another look at the spare opportunity.
First couple of shots a lot farther right than I thought he was going to play this pattern.
Agreed. And again, he is the lone righty tonight.
No.
I'll see your open frame and might have one of my own.
Not a good break. Yeah, not a good break leaving both. Either the 6 or the 8, but not both. As he's going to try to get the ball to the right side of the 6 pin, cut it into the 8.
tougher as a lefty to pick up this shot than a righty?
It's the same.
Okay.
Righty, for a right-hander, it's a 4.9. Now, if a right-hander was shooting that,
Correct.
I don't know.
That's the second
Hey, you can
time.
be loud if you want. You just got to do it all at once. It's all good.
The second time Sanders is pulled out. When in doubt. Is he gonna get it? Yeah! What a pickup! Make it a double. Give me 2 clean wipes. Presented by Dude Wipes.
When one wipe's not enough, open up another Dude wipe to remain clean.
I am really resisting following up on that. I am showing great composure.
To remain clean.
And
Strike
people
and
should be
spare.
proud of me.
He's clean.
I get it.
Clean frame.
Yep. Strike and spare. And we start the third. 12-pin lead for Sanders.
Great cover.
Oh, yeah.
Back at it. See his numbers at rev rate just under 400.
I got that up. I got that up.
And a beautiful look from our left-handed camera.
That is a great viewpoint.
Yes, it is. We don't get to see that a lot. This many southpaws on the 2 telecast. It's a great look from our talented production team.
Johnson over on the right lane. Strike open frame for him. Okay.
There you go.
Here's the approach. And the release.
No slide in that approach there, Rob. He comes to a full halt as he hits the foul line. Now looking to make a better shot here on the left lane. He can cut it to 2.
Last time on the left lane, the hook came in a little bit too late.
So good. That was so good.
So this time on the right leaves the 4.
So remember, the last shot on that lane was 1.5 board. This is 3.5, and it goes high.
Was that a walkaway if I got it, or I'm not sure I got it?
I think he liked it, but it was a pinch softer with his speed, and that's what caused it to hook just a bit more than he wanted.
So Sanders up 12. I see he gets ready to close out the 4th. So it's been a strong start for Sanders. Remember, again, it was a slow start in the opening game for Sanders. Then he picked up speed. And he's carried it over here. Just 1 tour title on his resume back in 2017.
High flush. Looking to get rid of the great right hope in A.J. Johnson. Now the lead 22.
He's been perfect on this left lane, trying to make it 3 in a row on the left. And he does.
Yeah, got a little bit of room left and right at target.
So the lead has now swelled to 32. Johnson, the good news is he's on the right lane, where he struck in the 1st and the 3rd.
Won the Lucky Larson in 2023, beating
our #1 seed tomorrow over on Fox, Jesper Svensson, the Iceman. Johnson needs some momentum right about now. He's not going to get it. Man, yeah, we were talking leading into this evening's worth of coverage, Randy. Johnson, the only righty, he's got the whole side to himself. He just has to worry about himself. Nobody's there to mess things up. And outside of that opening shot, he hasn't looked all that comfortable here tonight.
He did not break the pattern down the way I thought he would.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, no.
Typically, you're the only right-hander, Rob. Everybody else is a southpaw. Like, for me, I would take something that's sandblasted. I'd move to the right, and I would create a hook spot to the right, and then take a ball that I really like the motion of and move in off of that, and then use that friction to the right to open up the target a bit left and right for me to get my ball consistently to the pocket. And it doesn't look like AJ has much room left or right of target.
He just burned a re-rack. A perfect time for it. He needs a timeout. He needs to kind of collect himself here. Back 9 about to start here for AJ Johnson, and he needs a whole lot of birdies. Good Lord.
Ball reaction's not good. That was left of target. Big 4. And that just tells me again that he is unsure of his ball reaction. He never broke the right side of the lane down.
Just right of that, and it lays off.
That is a gut punch of an evening for Johnson. And another open frame. Man, oh man, not what Johnson thought. And Matt Sanders, your 8 seed, already with 1 win, looking to make it 2 for 2 tonight here in Akron. Our coverage of the 2025 PBA TOC returns to FS1 after this. Rob Stone, Randy Peterson, Kimberly Pressler back here with you at the TOC. A reminder, our coverage of the 5th and final major of the TOC. Powered by 1800 Tequila concludes tomorrow live on Fox 3 Eastern. Championship Stepladder Finals right here from AMF Riviera Lanes, one of the most iconic moments in bowling history. The 1970 TOC here at Riviera. Don Johnson on his 12th shot, looking for that 300. Left the ring in 10 and got a 299. As we come back to present time, there is your 8 seed Matt Sanders, already 1 win and well on his way to making it 2 so far here at the TOC. Check out that jersey. Little Indiana Pacers theme and colors to it. The Pacers, a big blowout win over the Bucks today in game 1 of their playoff series. And Sanders trying to get a blowout win over AJ Johnson right now to lead at 58 and growing. Now down to 57.
Sanders hasn't missed the pocket since frame 3 of game 1. Did leave the 6-8 that he converted in the second, but everything in the pocket, managing his game very nicely. 5 7-pins thus far in game and a half for Sanders.
Takes care of that one. Mom and Pop Sanders in the house. Kathy and Larry, his dad, former general manager at Arc Lanes in Evansville, Indiana, before retiring. And that is where Matt got his bowling start at the age of 3.
Hard to believe Matt's last show was 2018.
Insane, right? 7 years ago in Indianapolis.
Yep, the Indianapolis Open.
Finished 5th there.
Another one.
Yep, 3rd time. Nice little kick there, the 7, and another strike for Matt Sanders.
Trying to check to see if there was a shot clock violation.
Every time I'm getting up to go. There's a kid over there just keeps saying something every time I'm up to go.
Apparently not. Did feel like a long time, Randy. I'm with you. There's AJ Johnson's arsenal.
Sub-Zero forged. Staying with it. Down 57. Just lazy down lane.
Twice.
Also right of His last shot on that right lane, it's just not a very good look.
Yeah, you almost want this just to be over for AJ, right? This is not the guy that we know.
I mean, the right side of yourself, shooting 160. That's if he covers this. We get down to the floor and talk with Tour Rep Brett Spangler. Brett, what happened on the right side of the lane?
You know, I think it's a little bit of just AJ just hasn't gotten comfortable yet. The feet were a little quick to start. Maybe needed to develop a little bit more friction to the right.
All right, thanks, Brett. Brett Spangler, he's got
the best mustache in the business.
Oh, that thing is always on point. Last week's winner right behind him, Ethan Fiore. There you go. Oh my goodness, he gets it to the spot, and this time it overhooks.
Oh.
It's to the point now where you do laugh.
That one wants to wiggle and fall off of it, and that one just gets there and wants to overdo it.
That was hanging over the edge for a little bit there.
Looked like he got around that one a little bit more with a little softer speed, and now it's just, you just want this to be over. Brett just got done talking about friction to the right, and we just saw it there. I mean, he just never saw the right picture.
So if you're Matt Sanders now up 73, how are you managing these next couple frames? What are you trying to do, knowing that there's still 2 more lefties to come today?
Yeah, it's over. You're just making sure that your line is good, you're locked in. Stay ahead of the transition if there's going to be any heading into the next match. Maybe look at another ball just to have a backup plan.
Here's the moment of the match, brought to you by Pilgrims, the shot sealing the deal. You know, Randy, chicken can be boring, but Pilgrims is turning chicken nuggets upside down. I love it, you love it, put it in a nugget. I love that catchphrase.
So good.
It makes me smile every time I get to say it.
Took a look at a reactive resin ball in that shot, Rob, and comes up light. So just going to assume his line's better with the urethane. He's going to stay with it another game.
Yep. That ain't broke.
Yep. Dance with the one you brung, right?
Mm-hmm. Until she goes to get a refreshment and leaves you with somebody else, then you got to make a change. It happens, Randy. It happens.
It's never happened to you.
You don't think I'm talking from experience over here?
No. Probably saw it in a movie or something.
Sanders having a nice little run here.
Yeah. Shoot 230 if he strikes, or if he doubles in the 10th, 236 if he goes out.
There you go, AJ. There we go. Finally.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
The PBA Elite League Battle of the Brands, presented by Beatbox. It has pitted bowling ball manufacturers against each other in this season-long competition. As you know, each brand has a full roster of staff players, can only choose 5 to represent them prior to each singles event. We saw cumulative PBA points earned from each team's 5 designated players. Ugh. I know, right? It's kind of like fantasy bowling all season long until we have the live Baker Competition Championship next weekend right here on FS1 and Fox from Allen Park, Michigan. The PBA Elite League next week here on Fox Sports. I bet he throws this one hard. Good pickup. He's one of those guys we like to see, right? We like to see him in our meetings, and not that there's dudes we don't, but he's one that always brings a little extra smile. You want to see this guy do well. I don't know what it is about him, but you want to see him do well, and still just 1 tour title for A.J. Johnson. Let's hope that changes next season for A.J.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. Great bowling, brother. Keep it going, all right?
Appreciate it.
It's a massive weekend of UFL action, and it continues tonight. Your team, Randy, the Birmingham Stallions, taking on the Houston Roughnecks at 7 Eastern. Tomorrow, the San Antonio Brahmas battle your conference leaders, the DC Defenders, at 5. Both those games live on Fox. The way things are going, you're going to see Matt Sanders tomorrow on Fox. Your 8 seed now, a pair of wins, 2 more W's tonight, and he is off to the final 5 of the TOC tomorrow, live on Fox, Easter Sunday.
Remember 2023, Jason Belmonte, your 6th seed, won day 1, and then climbed the ladder day 2 to win this prestigious event.
Oh, what a pickup!
Yeah, good cover. Gives him one more shot.
Little one, yeah.
Gives him another look, one more shot, one more ball on that right lane for Matt Sanders.
Who will take on that man you just saw a second ago, Jakob Butturff, next. Back-to-back 223s for Sanders, and he moves on. Up next, Jakob Butturff won his lone major 6 years ago, and he needs 6 wins in 2 days to get a second major. He's next, so are some PBA compliments. Whenever we're covering the TOC, it always gives us an opportunity to flash back to the 2011 TOC in Vegas. Semifinal match, a 2 seed. Our good friend Tom Doherty had some struggles taking on 3 seed Mika Koivuniemi. TD needed that to hit a record low 100. Mika, by the way, was cruising and going for perfection, and had one more shot for 300, and Messenger did not take its Wheaties. A 299, still a 199 pin win over our friend Tom Doherty.
It gives you great pleasure to say that about TD, doesn't it?
What do you, like Tom was like, can you guys move on to some other highlights? Yeah, Tom, we can. We can move back to a flashback just days ago here, courtesy of our Bowl TV highlights. Mika taking on Tom, a rematch. Tom had this game 1-ish.
Well, he needed this hit right here in the 10th to beat Mika. And he goes light and leaves. It looks like the 2-7. Mika wins a cool $250,000, by the way, winning that Tournament of Champions.
And Tom kept it close, though. This time only lost by 4 to Major Mika.
How about those 2 seniors making match play here?
It's hard, by the way. I can't believe you say they're seniors. Right?
I know
they are. I know they're on the senior tour, but it certainly doesn't feel like that. Tom Doherty's like, what do I got to do at a TOC to like have another type of highlight, guys? Can you quit doing this to me? We love you, Tom. We love you. As we take a look at some of the other finishers here. Our friend Francois Leroy finishing 15th. There's TD at number 17. Don Barrett, saw him last night, 22nd. Belmo at number 23.
Last week's winner, Ethan.
Yep, coming in at number 24. Rob Stone, Randy Peterson back here with you. I know you're about to go into the USBC Hall of Fame. That's coming up in early May. You're already in the PBA Hall of Fame. So you're used to compliments, right? Like dashing, good-looking,
not really,
humorous, wonderful to be around, right?
Not
no,
so much.
not so much?
No.
Not so much? All right, well, this week on Pressing Questions with Kimberly Pressler, presented by Go Bowling, we had Kimberly go out and ask the pros, what's the best compliment they've received? Here's the answers.
Chris, what is the best compliment that you have ever received?
I think it was a fan that came up and said, I've been watching since I was little, and I always wanted to be just like you.
It's got to be the best.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Have your kids ever said that to you?
No, I don't think so.
I guess that I'm still competing out here with the kids, so I get asked all the time how I'm still doing it. I don't know, but every time I hear it, it makes me feel pretty good. I don't feel like I'm 50, so I enjoy the compliments.
Well, I think it would have to be just, kind of just, I'm always a nice person. Like, I'm always happy. I'm always, and that's what people like about me. I'm not a negative Nancy. So if you're ever around me, you're probably in a good mood and just having a good time.
Mum and Dad, I had a top season last year for my own standards. Came home and they just said, we love you and we're really proud of you. And they did say, which is the compliment, I suppose, is you've turned out to be more than we ever could dream of. And that was really sweet. Yeah, and I needed to hear it. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Everyone always picks on me for my height, so everyone, when they saw me on TV, thought I was like 6 feet tall. That was the best compliment I've ever got.
Ryan, what's the best compliment that you have ever received?
Man, you look just like your mom. Oh, love you, Mom.
Yeah, just a couple weeks ago, the one and only compliment I'll get from Belmo in my life is he said the ball was coming off my hand very good at Coconut Bowl, and I actually had to write it down the date, and that way, whenever he says something mean to me again, I can use it. Like, he was nice to me at one point in time.
Sean, what is the nicest compliment that someone has ever given you?
It has to be from my wife. She says I have sexy lips.
Hey now.
The Candyman went there, huh? He went all in.
He went full Monty on the lips there, brother.
Break out the chapstick. Hey, if you got it, flaunt it. Well done, Candyman. Well done. All right, plenty more from the TOC coming up here. What kind of compliments will we have for your 6th seed, Jakob Butturff, as he takes on Matt Sanders next here on FS1. The PBA proud to have Bowlers to Veterans Link as your official charity of the PBA Tour. Since 1942, through the support of the bowling community, BVL has raised more than $56 million for veterans. My goodness. To donate, please go to bvl.org. So many great veterans that you see year in and year out.
Yep.
It's some of the events you hit.
Incredible organization, and proud that we and our tour is a part of that.
Matt Sanders with a pair of wins already. He's moved on to match number 3, where he'll take on your 6th seed, Jakob Butturff. Butturff there on the far left. First up, though, it'll be Matt Sanders in that Indiana Pacers jersey. It's been working pretty well for him so far tonight. .247.
Like a little early hookage here. That surface of that urethane bowling ball beating up the front part of the lane.
Back-to-back 223s for Sanders here. Oh. Okay, 8 to open.
His first.
Yeah, the 8th seed with an 8. And now Butturff up, your 6th seed. 2 wins away from getting to tomorrow's Final 5 show live on Fox. Where did we see that before?
Yeah, right? Another 247.
Nice cleanup from Butters, who's won 8 tour titles and 1 major. His last title came back in 2023 at the Scorpion, Wisconsin. It's been a long drought for him. A little bit longer than I think we thought. He's 2nd this year at the Delaware Classic, 14th at the U.S. Open, 14th on the point list. And another 2, 4, 7. We have an early theme. Such a unique approach and release from Butturff. We talk about it every time, but I feel like every time I look at it, it feels like it's the first time I'm seeing it. Like, how does that happen? How is he getting there? Why is he doing it that way? Nice cleanup. You a South Park fan?
I haven't watched much of that.
Yeah.
It was 12-6. Get your speed up. Get your tempo back.
Words of advice for Butturff. Sanders back up after that open frame in the first. He had a long time to sit and think about it. There we go.
Sanders going much more direct to the front part of the lane. Moved a little bit right on that shot. Butturff's going to be slower, and he's going to circle it a lot more. Hey, Rob.
Yes, sir.
No 2-4-7 that time.
Nice change of pace, right?
Nice break. Trips to 6 late. He's going to continue to chase that line towards the right until it stops going high. Now, you heard Dino Castillo tell Butturff, keep your speed up.
Let's see if he picks it up.
Yeah, that came back a long way.
Sure did.
Butturff going with black pearl hammer urethane. Both players using the same piece of equipment. I mean, you can see Jakob shapes the ball completely different than Matt Sanders.
Late kick of that 8 pin to give him his second straight strike.
It almost looks like Butturff has the entire left side of the lane, and he can get it back from anywhere. That unique release where he rolls that ball up on his wrist, partially on his forearm. Follow through goes to the inside part of his head.
Does anybody out there roll anything at all like him? I mean, the approach?
No.
The way he kind of shuffles
the
up
way
there.
the way he shimmies and shuffles it. No.
It's
very
like
unique.
if you're a coach and you're looking at Butturff, you're like, I don't even know where to begin. It's probably like my golf game. You're like, and then he does that, and then this. But guess what?
And then he just strikes.
It works.
A ton.
It works for Butturff. Sanders going after the 7 pin here. Down 10. Missed it.
And he struggled. You can see the numbers there. Now it's 33 out of 41 for Matt. Unfortunately, another miss on the 7 pin. And once again, each and every week on the PBA Tour, we get our stats from our good friends at Lane Talk. For more information, head on over to lanetalk.com and download the free app.
That app is pretty helpful, huh?
Very. You want to be a better bowler?
I do.
You got to get it. You got to go over to Lane Talk.
Can it start with some free lessons from you?
Absolutely.
I mean, how many
Just
years
send me
have
some
you and
video.
I been together and I can't get a lesson out of you?
You never ask.
Well, there's that.
All right, good comeback, but unfortunately 2 open frames now through 5 for Matt. Missed the 2-4-7 in the first and then whiffs the 7 pin in the fourth. And Butturff working on a double.
At this point, last game, Sanders probably was thinking, I kind of got it. I got my business done already. Now he's down 22, and it could grow. Butturff left the 7.
Yeah, the quitter 7. See how the 4 pin just kind of lays there?
Lazy 4 pin. Good for nothing. takes care of that as we take a look at the PBA playoff points list. EJ Tackett, no shocker, sitting there in the #1 spot. Again, he is your 3 seed. He'll be in action tomorrow. Billy O, the Hall of Famer, there on the 12 line. Butturff there at the 14. That was through the PBA Players Championship. Numbers will change here with the TOC. Messenger. Oh. No.
Stubborn. Head pin sidewall in front of the 7. What a teaser.
Ooh. Now, if you're Butturff right now, it's just, you don't take care of your strikes, just clean up the spares.
Yeah.
You should be in good shape, man. Butturff, Sanders. The conclusion when we return to Riviera Lanes. Welcome back to the 2025 PBA Tournament of Champions, powered by 1800 Tequila. We are live inside AMF Riviera Lanes in Fairlawn, Ohio, just outside of Akron, just south of Cleveland.
Is that a shot glass you have next to you?
Oh, you weren't supposed to see that. I am powered by 1800 Tequila tonight.
I can tell. You are on point now.
Or just water. Nice strike there by Sanders, and look at this. Look at this. Both can max at 245.
And take a look at that grip right there. You can see Matt Sanders using full fingertip grip. That's where the fingers go into the first crease. Jakob Butturff, unusually enough, uses a conventional grip. Typically, that's what beginning bowlers start with. That's where your fingers go into the second crease. We'll see if we can't get a shot of that.
It's about the only thing conventional about his game. Okay. All right, Matt Sanders, remember, started the first frame with an open frame. And now, yes, exactly, things are even. Jakob Butturff just moved before the season out to Counter New York, right around the Binghamton area. Last win, 2023 in Wisconsin, the Scorpion Championship. Get down! Oh. Really? Get the hand up. Get the hand up.
Matt carries it. Jacob does not. There's the grip right there. You can see it. That's a conventional grip that Jacob uses.
Is your wrist supposed to do that?
No.
Is that humanly possible? And by the way, this 5-pin moved. She shuffled. She did some dancing. Butters drops her down. Registration for the 2025 PBA LBC National Championships. It's now open to bowlers of all skill levels. PBA LBC National Championship returning to the Chicago area includes a division for everyone. That includes you, Randy. You can compete in singles as well as optional doubles and team events. Even combine your scores with the pros. Enter today at PBA.com. There we go. Strong shot there by Butturff as he takes a seat. 1-pin match as we close out the 8th.
Another Wally, this time all go down, but nothing Jacob can do to stop Sanders.
Sanders right now riding a 3-bagger, looking for 4 in a row. Hambone!
Oh, one more going.
I think that's the first time you said that today.
It's been a while. It's the first time I've said it in a long time.
God, I've missed you.
Lead at 11. Yahtzee! finding his groove late again. Shades of his opening match against Hanrahan. Slow start, strong finish. Remember, Sanders back-to-back 223s. There's your 8 seed to get here, and he takes a seat with a 21-pin lead. Pressure on Butturff. Nice response from Jakob.
Jakob playing this pair an arrow right of Sanders and a couple of miles an hour slower.
I think a re-rack.
As he takes a re-rack on the left lane, but in his mind right now, he's thinking he needs to strike out to have a chance to win this match.
This is a huge shot for Butters. Okay. One pin.
You talk about the way he shuffles to the foul line. Since he doesn't have a whole lot of backswing, that's the way he generates ball speed. He's got to get his body. He's got to get his body and his feet moving to the foul line. And right now, looking to just throw 2 more, just like the last.
Sanders is in control and sitting down, but boy, Butturff can put a lot of pressure on that seat here. He liked it. Get down! Get down, 10-pin! So, 4-bagger for Butters. Sanders knows the numbers. So Sanders in the chair with 5 straight strikes. Butturff trying to do the same. Yeah, see to close.
That's big. That's big, Rob, because now it forces Sanders to double. Strike 9 spare for Sanders. We have a tie.
There's your Beatbox frame of the game. The party punch out presented by Beatbox in the 10. Did not like it. It was 5 straight strikes for Sanders.
Butturff did exactly what
he had
you want to do in this situation, right? Put the pressure on your opponent.
Party Punch Out is presented by Beatbox, the original Party Punch. Beatbox, what's your flavor? Please enjoy responsibly. Sanders going after the 4-7. This is 5th time he's attacked it, and he remains perfect with it.
And you got to go back to those 2 misses for Sanders, the 2-4-7 in the first, then he missed the 7-pin in the 4th, and that's the difference, really, in this match.
Jakob Butturff is on. On to the final match of the evening, and now he is 1 win away from making our final 5 at the TOC. Again, the final 5 tomorrow live on Fox. We're not done here tonight on FS1. Matt Sanders, a really game run from that 8 seed spot, but not enough here in match number 3, 234, 221. Say what you will about Sanders, consistent, 223, 223 to 221. Up next, your 5 seed, Keven Williams. He was a little mellow yellow today. We'll tell you why. April 27th on Fox, the stars of NASCAR head to Talladega for the biggest thrill ride of the year.
Talladega?
I know, let's go, baby, road trip.
Come on!
It's the Jack Links 500 at Talladega, April 27th on Fox. I've never been to a NASCAR race. I got to change that, and Talladega might be the one to
That is a bucket list.
Yeah, as we take a look at your updated stepladder bracket here at the PBA TOC play-in round. The winner of our next match moves on to tomorrow's show live on Fox. Your 5 seed, Keven Williams, taking on 6 seed, Jakob Butturff. We go lane side, Kimberly with Keven.
Thanks, Rob. So, Keven, you told us in the pre-show interviews that you are more focused, Keven, as opposed to happy-go-lucky Keven that we are used to seeing. What brought on this change?
A little bit of disappointment in my own performances throughout the year, so I'm still going to put on a show for this beautiful fans and have some fun, but I'm trying to win today. I'm trying to get to tomorrow.
All right, good luck to you. I know you got some practice shots left, so we'll get you to that.
I appreciate Keven stepping over to talk to Kimberly. The only time Keven won on the tour, it was the final event of the World Series of Bowling back in 2022 as the Shark Championship in Wisconsin. He was your 1 seed. 3 clutch strikes to get the win over AJ Chapman, 225, 223. And Keven telling us earlier, Randy, about that kind of mellow mood he was in. He's a high energy type guy. He said, man, I got a bad taste in my mouth. I should be rolling tomorrow already. He felt he was just, a few good shots from being maybe the number 2 seed overall. But here, he's got a win to get to tomorrow.
Said he struggled mightily with spares throughout the week. That cost him a higher finish. And that weighs on a player.
Fucking just scooted through there.
Yeah. That weighs on a player. You're trying to get from point A to point B consistently. Get it out of your hand the right way. And you're trying to repeat shots, and then mentally you get in your own way. You start missing spares. It gets tough. You want to go down to the floor and talk to Dino Castillo?
Yeah, I want you to.
Hey, Dino, what's the game plan heading into this last match with Keven Williams?
Well, we're looking at it right now. We're trying to debate whether it's going to be urethane or reactive, but the heavy side is going to be urethane. He's feeling pretty confident it's going to be urethane, and we feel pretty confident it's going to be urethane.
All right, and Dino, when do you open that family therapy session?
Well,
it's all about kissing you. It's all about kissing the wives, and Kevin's not married.
Well, he's not married, so we got to find him a available woman out maybe in this crowd. Maybe there's a woman out here that could give him a kiss.
We'll leave that up to you.
Yeah, let's move on from that one, Dino. Thanks, buddy.
Oh, Mike.
Good to have you here.
Remember at the Masters when Dino was with his player, and it was Gary, and he said, Gary, I need you to calm down, go back there and give your wife a kiss. And it was like the craziest advice ever given by a tour rep.
And
so what does Gary do? He goes back and gives his wife a kiss, and Simonson gets 4 through the middle in the 9th frame, and Gary wins the Masters.
There you go. Once again, happy wife, happy life.
Gary Haynes, what an afternoon that was. He had to beat Simonson twice. Simonson got him in game 1, and then Gary came back after the kiss and came away with $100,000 and a Masters trophy.
So practice session is over for Keven Williams. You know how I feel about practice sessions.
You hate them.
What are we doing?
But Rob, practice is an essential part of every sport. You know that.
That part I get.
I mean, you're a soccer player. You know that.
I love and appreciate good practice, but the constant practice shots before we start, like, let's go, dude. Let's go. Let's roll.
You've got.
We're here. I don't like to be.
All right. No, I'm with you. Let's get back. Let's get to the action.
Yeah, and then now we're in the action. Butturff, your 6th seed. Williams, your 5 seed. The winner moves on to tomorrow's final 5 at the TOC. Butters up first. Gets all 10.
The thing about Keven Williams in his game is he can actually play the lanes fairly similar to what Jakob's doing. He can get in and open the lane up. We saw Matt Sanders going very straight, very direct to the front. Keven can open them up using the exact same piece of equipment, the black pearl hammer urethane.
Native of Roseville, California. 2 lefties for 1 spot on tomorrow's show, and he is right of target. Doesn't get punished that badly, leaving the 4-pin.
And when you have room on the lane right and left of target, and this is your opening shot, that's not a real great sign. So that could possibly be nerves, but it's certainly not the oil pattern.
Spare shooting important for Williams. He knows it. Takes care of that. So at least passes the spare test. As we take a look at his arsenal tonight.
Once again, black pearl urethane. It's been a It's been a kind of a common thread.
Mm-hmm. Big winner out on the tour. There we go.
Yeah, much better shot.
And a water bottle.
You lose your confidence in any sport, Rob, as you know, and it's a tough mountain to climb.
Not just sports, brother. Life. Right? Don't let somebody seize it from you. Maintain it. Fight for it. Butturff looking for back-to-back jacks. And finding it.
Here's a guy that's got some confidence going right after last season. Look at where he finished 38th on the point list this season, 14th, as we take a look at the tail of the tape.
The strike after strike percentage. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that existed. Back-to-back jacks.
That's lane talk, baby.
String them together, my friend. Butturff has already strung 2 together to open up, looking for 3 in a row. Stand-up triple, kicks the 7 down. Perfection early on from Butturff.
4-pin just giving the 7 a little kiss. Just enough to not nudge it over. Watch this. That wrist fully cocked and loaded. And then the love tap.
Williams, your 5 seed. Only 1 tour title. 3 years ago. So there's a pair there. There's your strike-to-strike ratio.
Good one here by Keven Williams. Just trying to conjure up those memories of 2022 when he was a champion for the first time out here.
And only time. It's been a challenging year for him. We'll get into that in just a second. We begin the 4th. 3 in a row. He likes it.
Come on, I'm here. I like to entertain too.
You see that miss room that allows the scoring pace in bowling to be high or low. If you have a little bit of a mistake area, you're going to hit the pocket more often, you're going to strike more often.
Bagger for Butturff to open up.
Remember that little kiss, that little nudge, the shot before? That was a full-on assault. 4 into the 7.
Yeah, this is important for him to kind of maintain that level he's at right now. There's a lot of energy going through him right now. Just keep doing what you're doing, kid. It's been perfect so far in this one. Looking for 5 straight, finding it.
Keep the pressure on. Butturff in a really good spot mentally. He's got a great look on the lane. He knows exactly what his ball is going to do. He's got a little bit of a mistake area. And he's perfect through 5.
Williams started with that 9 spare. Since then, it's been 3 straight strikes.
Well,
4-7.
Nice break of tripping that 10 late and avoiding disaster.
Get up on it.
Not too high on that one, and he immediately is looking for some research right there.
All right, so far no spare issues for Keven. Going to take a re-rack.
Yeah, an immediate call for a re-rack.
Just trying to gather himself and not make this a race or a speed contest. Just trying to keep everything together.
Time management.
Yeah.
Right? And sometimes I would say, don't rush to the timeout or the re-rack. Let the clock go and then call for it. You don't need to hit it right out of the gate, right?
That's a great point.
Give yourself that extra 10, 15, whatever it is. Williams down 22. We begin the 6th.
Shot.
Really good shot to take us to commercial break. Will it be Jakob Butturff or Keven Williams moving on to tomorrow's Final 5 at the TOC? The PBA on FS1 is sponsored by 1800 Tequila, the #1 super premium tequila in the U.S. Please enjoy responsibly. We will be fighting for that trophy tomorrow live on Fox. One of these two competitors will continue their quest to add a major to their resume as we welcome you back to the 2025 PBA Tournament of Champions, powered by 1800 Tequila. Jakob Butturff with the lead, working on perfection to close out the 6th. Make it 6 in a row.
Ooh. Halfway there. Butturff has bowled a perfect game this week.
Wednesday morning.
Too soon?
It's going to come up at some point, so you might as well get it out of the way, right? Last block of qualifying before match play on Wednesday. He's got the crowd behind him. And he has been perfect through 6.
Lacing it now.
Dialed in. He is taking a residence on that arm of the chair and just watching the action.
Rob, 2 words. Entry angle. I got that from a pro bowler named Darren.
I feel like Michael Scott would have a response to that. Oh, get down.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, somebody came from behind the 6-pin and knocked it down.
Huge break there for Keven Williams to keep him alive.
Good shot. Really good shot.
It was actually the 10-pin that clipped the 6.
Yep. Williams looking for 3 in a row. Got it. He is not going away quietly.
He's trusted it on that left lane the last couple of shots, getting it out a little bit farther to the left.
Jakob Butturff, as we mentioned, he's got the first 7 strikes towards bowling that 300 game. Should he bowl that perfect game, everyone in America can receive a free game of bowling courtesy of Go Bowling. To pre-register, visit gobowling.com. Sign up for the Go Bowling Free America promotion. 8 straight.
It's been a while since we've seen Jakob Butturff like this. He's such a likable guy, and last year was a huge struggle for him. But right now, he's perfect through 8.
Yeah, last year didn't make a single telecast, 38th on the points list. Come on, 10-pin! Oh! Amazing run, Butters. Good job. First 8. The lead's at 31. Now that's what matters. Now that's what matters. The race for 300 is over. Take care of your business and move on to the final 5.
Cover the 10. You cannot be shut out.
Hold on.
Now it's up to Williams to do exactly what Butturff did in the last match. Strike out to put all the pressure on Butturff.
A pair of 3 baggers for Williams. He's currently riding one of those.
To have any chance. Man, it almost sounded like he double bounced it. Look how far to the left. Even though the position at the arrows was about the same, you could see down lane how much more angle that shot had on it, as there's the double bounce.
And he used a re-rack as well during the commercial break. You and I had a softly spirited re-rack conversation.
First order of business to be allowed one.
You're implying you need to make your intentions known almost immediately.
Yes.
My rebuttal as an average Joe was, hey man, you got to have a little time to go look at that rack.
Understood.
Quote unquote, because that's what it's there for, even though a lot of people use it as a timeout.
Should have taken the timeout, man. Should have taken the timeout.
You hear him? I should have taken the timeout. Should have taken the timeout. Left the 6 pin. He's still in it. It's got to take care of this.
Butturff just needs count now of Kevin marks.
One more shot for Kevin. And we thought he was mellow in our meeting. He's going to be downright surly after this. That was a quick setup and approach and walk away and gets a strike. Obviously frustrated with his 247.
Highest game of the afternoon right there.
Right.
But too much Butturff. Butturff with just 5 to win. He'll be in the 250s.
5 to move on to the final 5. And Butturff does it with 10. There's your award-winning moment presented by 1800 Tequila, the world's most awarded tequila line. Please enjoy responsibly. Butturff getting yet another strike, and that strike propelling him to tomorrow's show, 3 Eastern, live on Fox. The final 5 battling here at the TOC, which has been powered by 1800 Tequila all week long.
What a great game.
Yeah, you're not lying. So up next for Jakob Butturff will be your 4 seed Keven McCune tomorrow live on Fox. 278, your high score for the evening here at the TOC. Williams walks away. Butturff gets to dance one more time. Your 5 seed moves on. He'll take on Keven McCune in our first match tomorrow on Fox. Then the back-to-back and soon-to-be back again Player of the Year, E.J. Tackett, your 3 seed. Graham Fa, the Canadian, at number 2. And your top seed, the Iceman, Jesper Svensson. Let's check in with Butters and Kimberly.
Thanks, Rob. So, Jakob, you did what you had to do in that match against Matt to keep the pressure on him, to advance, to go up against Kevin, and then you started out with a front 8 in this one. What was key for you to figuring out this pattern to get all those strikes?
Just keep the nerves, let go of the nerves, and just try to commit to shots, staying ahead of the moves, and making sure I can give it the best shot I can.
Well, congratulations on advancing to your first ever finals Tournament of Champions.
And again, the TOC final coming your way tomorrow on Fox, the PBA TOC, powered by 1800 Tequila, live on Fox, 3 Eastern, right here from historic AMF Riviera Lanes. Coming up next, MLB on FS1. The Padres, what a great season they're having so far, taking on the Astros. For Randy Peterson, Kimberly Pressler, and our entire crew, I'm Rob Stone. Thanks for watching the PBA on FS1. A couple matches down tonight. The big ones coming your way tomorrow, live on Fox from Riviera Lanes.